Hello, thanks for joining me for another video beer review then. So today we've got a beer from my good friends at Time and Tide, and this is part of the Deal Hop Farm. We'll go into that in a minute, and this is their green hop Patchwork Pale Ale, coming in at 4.8% ABV. Check out the artwork there, very, autumnal, celebratory in this part of the UK. A bit like what you get in the States with the wet hop. Over here we call it green hop, where they literally cut down the hops and they're brewing the beer within the 24-hour period of chopping through and stripping all the hop vines, and it's straight into the brew kettle. Bang. And yes, so this is Time and Tide's version, a 2023 edition. It doesn't say that, but I'm calling it because they've done it for the last few years. So community grown beer brewed with fresh prima donna hops provided by the Deal Hop Farm, a patchwork farm in and around Deal, made up of people's gardens, allotments and community spaces. Other ingredients then: water, barley, oats, hops and yeast. So they've actually got oats in this, which is very interesting. Most traditional green hop beers are generally like English pale ales, yes, but they very rarely use oats, to my knowledge. But anywho, let's crack this one open then. So Deal Hop Farm Green Hop. This is goal number 492. Best before the 30th of August of 2024. And I purchased this at the brewery last weekend. And I've already had this beer this year as well, from a can, which was last weekend as well. And I bought a can to bring home and give it a review. Get the words out in a minute. So considering it's brewed with oats, it's not crazy on that kind of deal. The puns keep coming out. The light's there, so you can see it. It's not. I mean, you can see through the beer a little bit. So it is hazy. Yeah, it's like a lemony, a light lemony sort of colour. Didn't really pour much of a head. That's kind of dissipated quite quickly. As I say, 4.8%. I don't know if I know this beer is, I think, in the wild, it's on cask, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, swirl and a sniff then. Yeah, I mean, it's very. I mean, it was canned, I think, like literally 2 or 3 days beforehand. So it's kind of, there's a light kind of citrusy lemon, but then you are getting that very traditional, for me, warming, earthy, with a slight kind of hop oil presence. That just unmistakable. It's just like an aroma that I've never had anywhere else or any other style of beer. Even like traditional hoppy pales and IPAs, this is just different. Let's give it a taste then and see what we can actually pick out on this one. So cheers. So I've done 2 very seasonal beers back to back, which is quite cool. Because these kind of beers, the green hop beers, there's not too many reviews on them. I can get my hands on some of their beers, but some of the at least Kent breweries beers are predominantly only on cask, so you have to be on site, and then get a fresh pint to do the review. That is just lovely. I enjoyed it when I was down at the brewery. Actually, it was one of the first few beers I had, and which is, you know, that thing's always good if you, especially if you're want a real kind of idea of how a beer is. It needs to be like one and done, or have a couple and then, especially reviewing. This is only my second, so. But even still, I think this would still. Oh, that's a good beer. It's a beer you don't necessarily need a fresh palate for to really get the vibe and feel of this beer as being really decent. That's really nice, I have to say. I'm enjoying the shit out of this. Wonderful can. Keep cold, drink fresh. There's a lot of... I think last week... I mean, this beer's been out of the fridge a little while purposefully. Because last week when I had it, it was too cold, almost, for the style of beer that this is. With English hops and... I mean, you think it's on cask. It's not going to be at fridge temperature as such. It's going to be maybe a few degrees warmer. Purposefully, that's what obviously cask beer is about. But in a can, yeah, if you get a can of this, pardon me, my advice to you is take it out of the fridge 20 minutes, 25 minutes before you drink it. For me, it improves it. And we found that out, me and a good friend of mine, last week at the brewery, where we shared a can, and you tell it's a good beer even when it's, you know, straight out of the fridge, but as it warmed up, it got better and better and better. That's just something I picked up on anyway, so throw that out there. And that's what's happening now. Since I first cracked the beer, had the first few sips, to now, I'm getting that. This is getting better. It's almost a little bit. It's kind of dank, almost slightly kind of weedy. Yeah. It's like an earthy, weedy, as in that weed, not weeds that grow in a garden. And then with a nice kind of lemony kick, with that kind of resininess from the hops. They've done a lovely job of this. I'm really enjoying this. And I think this is the first time I've reviewed. I might have reviewed this one before. I'm not sure in other years, but it could be the first one I've reviewed. You know, from this series over the years. So yeah, go and check it out. So Green Hop Patchwork Pale Ale from Time and Tide Brewing, in association with the Deal Hop Farm. So a 4.8% ABV English green hop pale ale. So yeah, these guys are out of Eastry, by the way. There's a bit of information there. There's a QR code. I don't know if that's going to scan for you. If not, just go online and you can find out. But it's a lovely looking can and a lovely, lovely beer. So thank you for watching then. Let me know if you've had any other green hop beers if you're in the Kent area. And if you are, let me know which one has been your favourite. So anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching then. Take it easy and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.